Hey guys, I'm Jake. It is now the second week of October, which means I still have 24 more drawings to do before this month is over. Whew. No use dwelling on it. Let's get started. We got 8 more drawings coming in this video. That's right, Inktober week 2 starts now. All right, so you know the drill. Inktober, 31 drawings, 31 days. I already knocked out the first 7 drawings in this series. If you haven't got a chance to go check out that video, I highly recommend it. But if you want to start with week 2, that's up to you. For week 2, we're going to be taking care of these 8 drawings. I know a week isn't 8 days, but that's just how the math works out to make 4 videos come out pretty clean. But that is what it is. Let's get into it. Day 8, teeth. So the inspiration for this one started out as kind of the Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland. Thought that'd be kind of a cool one to do for teeth, and then I wanted to add a little spin to it. I started realizing that whenever you draw all of the teeth in a drawing, it ends up being really unsettling. So I kind of just steered into that and decided to make the creepiest little smiling guy that I could. A full toothy grin and some nice beady eyes end up with a pretty good effect busting through the page here. Day 9, throw. This one took a little bit to come up with, but in trying to think of a cool throwing pose, realized that somebody had already done it really, really good. Went for a little Banksy inspired piece with a little rabbit character that I came up with doing the Reaching New Heights challenge for 10 Hun. Tried to rely pretty heavily on the brush pen to match that stencil effect that he has in his artwork. Overall, I think it turned out really good, and the carrots substitute almost perfectly for the bouquet of flowers that Banksy has in his original artwork. Day 10, hope. This one took me a while to kind of come up with. Something about it just being an abstract noun meant that I had to sit and think about it for a little bit. I finally came up with this nice image of hope of this guy climbing this winding staircase, all leading to this shiny doorway, sort of a light at the end of the tunnel kind of vibe. Spent a ton of time adding all these little lines to really have this radiating effect from the doorway, and I really like it. I think it gives off kind of a cool tarot card effect, which I was really into. Day 11, disgusting. Drawing anything like overly gory or disgusting really isn't my thing, so I wanted to keep this a little cuter. I came up with this idea of drawing a raccoon just chowing down on some trash and just really grossing out a cat that he was hanging out with. I kind of like the overall design for the raccoon, and I really dig this slime that comes off of the fork that he's using. Day 12, slippery. So I figured I'd keep with this little anthropomorphized animal theme and decided to use an animal that I considered pretty slippery. I dressed him in otter, but it wasn't quite enough. I needed him to be slipping and sliding, and decided to just recreate one of the most famous slides in movie history. The little risky business homage turned out really cool, and I really love this dude. Also, I was almost positive that he was wearing sunglasses during that whole dancing scene, and turns out that's not the case. Let me know if I'm crazy or if that was some weird Mandela effect. In either case, I put it on the otter because, let's face it, he just looks way cooler that way. Day 13, Dune. This is probably the first prompt so far in Inktober that I was just really not into. Something about it being just so landscape heavy that didn't really appeal to me. I know a lot of people base their designs and illustrations for Dune off the book or the movie, and I've never read it. Sorry. Came up with this idea of kind of steering into the dunes looking like waves and had this sunken ship buried in the dunes. I think it works, but I may need to read Dune and see if I can redo this prompt sometime in the future. Day 14, armor. So for this one, I wanted to play make-believe a little bit and came up with this idea of just this cute little kid playing, dress up, pretending to be a knight, just throwing on whatever he could to get his sword and armor and go off to slay a princess or rescue a dragon, something like that. Wait, flip that. Day 15, Outpost. This is the second one of this set that I was really not excited about. Again, it was just a prompt that really depended heavily on setting the landscape to establish anything. I went back and forth on whether I wanted to come up with some sort of joke with an in-post, an outpost, something stupid, and realized that it was really just gonna be stupid, so I decided to suck it up and just draw a remote little outpost positioned at the top of the mountain. I really like that it's subtle in this piece, and really the only giveaway is the smoke kind of trailing off the top of the house. It really gives a sense of isolation in the environment that I kind of like. And as I put the final touches on this little outpost, let's go ahead, put these all together, and take a look at the full set of Inktober 2020 Week 2. And just like that, Inktober 2020 is halfway in the books. Well, almost. 15 out of 31 days, we'll call that close enough to being over the hump. I'm having a ton of fun with this project and really loving how the set as a whole is coming out. If you guys are enjoying it, be sure to drop a like, and if you haven't gotten a chance to yet, go ahead and check out my Inktober Week 1 video where I show off the first 7 drawings in the series. If you want to keep up with my Inktober progress day by day, you can follow me on Instagram at jsum_art. And if you want to see the next 2 videos in the series when they come out, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell if you want to be notified as soon as they're posted. I'm feeling a little worn down as we get to the halfway point of this Inktober series, but am really looking forward to finishing off and seeing how the set as a whole all comes together. But until then, I'll see y'all next time.